We're talking about podcasts. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was it.
No, I was giving him more.
We just start the episode right there like that.
We're talking about podcasts. We're talking about itty bitty podcasts. Podcasts.
I'm a mini Monday.
Happy Merry Mini Monday, Chunkies. Is it maybe it's even Merry Mini Monday morning for some of you?
Let's introduce ourselves, and I have a comment about that.
Okay, I'm Carter.
I'm Doge.
Jordan.
This does feel so much like a morning radio show,
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Because just a peek behind,
Jock, like.
peek behind the pod curtain. I don't drink my coffee at all until I get here, so I'm like sitting down with my first cup of coffee.
Yep.
I pick up my microphone and be like, "So how was your week, guys?" It totally feels like a morning show.
I love it.
I saw something interesting this week.
What about the game? Did you guys catch the game last night? How about those teams? The way they threw it.
They
Can you
slammed
believe
that
it?
point home, and you know that's
Speaking
right.
of teams,
Okay.
Yeah,
so with the release of Glass this last
Tonight,
weekend,
or last night.
Carter, me and you
Wasn't
got some
it?
points.
we're getting some money.
I
Yeah,
have $0.
If this is Monday, it was probably released a couple days ago.
Yep.
that remains to be the hardest.
We have
thing.
such a hard time with that.
We record on Fridays. There you go. The wolf's out of the bag.
No, stop.
I think my team might be in the lead because of Replicas, but Replicas has only
Probably.
made, and movie business is a big business.
$12.
If Replicas
It's made like $5 million.
if Replicas
but
made $1, you would still be in the lead,
Right.
Because you have two movies.
we
and I
have the
one.
same. And I just saw the preview for John Wick 3.
Oh my gosh.
Keanu's going to be making me some money
I
this year.
cannot wait.
It's gonna be really good. Before we dive into too much, I would even call this a marvelous Mini Monday. Do you know why?
I do
I
know
think I know why.
That trailer dropped
It
for
did.
Spider-Man
Sure did.
Far From Home. My goodness.
I woke up and it was the first thing I did that morning.
Yeah,
It
same
looks so good.
Yep.
And I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's Chelsea. It's my wife's number one celebrity crush.
He's one
Jake
of my number
Gyllenhaal.
ones.
He's my
And
number
I
one
think,
celebrity crush.
Yeah, Marvel casts well. The
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe does a really good job of casting, especially villains, I think.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Um,
Especially recently.
Yes, especially recently. With Killmonger,
And we
things
have-
like that.
I mean, Josh Brolin, Jude Law for,
yeah, for Captain
you know,
Marvel.
I mean,
Well, spoiler, people probably think they're on the same team.
I didn't say anything.
No. Do you guys want to give a quick 30-second theory of what's going down in Spider-Man Far From Home?
Do we want to do that? Because I feel like y'all are so knowledgeable, you might spoil it for some people.
I was going to say, I don't feel like mine's much of a theory. I feel like I'm pretty confident about what's happening, and I don't
Okay,
know.
In
I'm
that
not-
trailer?
Yeah.
Close
I
your
think
ears
I
if
am
you don't want to
too.
hear this. My 30-second theory is that Mysterio is doing exactly what Syndrome did in The Incredibles 1.
This isn't a theory. That's exactly what's happening.
See?
You
Okay.
just wanted to show off. That's why you told. That's
It's
why you
not
started
showing
this.
off.
You just wanted to show off.
That's why I started this whole podcast.
It was all about this.
Guys,
It was all about
moment.
this moment.
I
Please
was like
stop.
a year and a half ago. I was like, I need to start this podcast in case a Spider-Man trailer comes out, so I can prove that I know about that character.
yeah, I think he is too.
This is
Either way,
this is pathetic.
I wonder, yeah.
Now it really
It's so
is morning
interesting
radio.
with a whole new phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially with Captain Marvel at the head of that. Like any character I look at in these trailers, I'm wondering, are they going to have their own series? Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll even start getting some villain series.
Well,
like-
there's
Especially
a
on Disney Plus, the streaming thing.
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Because Loki's got a series on there. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Black Widows might be rated R from what we're
Yeah.
hearing. So, anyway, speaking
but
of,
take that with a grain of salt because there's been Black Widow solo stuff swirling about since like 2011.
There
I'm pretty
has.
sure Screen Rant is the one that's reporting that her movie might be rated R as well, and they're less than
they're like the onion of.
trustworthy. Yeah,
They're not quite TMZ. Speaking of placenta, let's get into. What if that was always my transition? A star was born. So on this day, a star was born.
Okay.
I'm loving this series and I'd love to do it all the time. Something I did find out though, you're not always going to get three pretty famous people that were born on the same day.
Okay.
So today's a mix. Our first one will actually have been born on today, which is January 21st.
yep.
And
Sure
then
is.
we're still having a hard time with that. And then our last two were going to be born. They were born. They were going to be born tomorrow. tomorrow, but they
The
were born tomorrow
22nd.
several years ago.
Tomorrow, the 22nd
The 22nd
of January, which is a
Wow.
Tuesday because today is Monday.
Today is
Wow.
Monday.
Yep.
Because it's Mini Monday.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's jump right into it. A star was born. And if listeners, if this is your first Mini Monday, shame on you. There's only 3, so it's easy to
Yeah.
catch up.
Yeah, it should be quick.
Total of maybe an hour of your time. What we do is I'm going to give the guys some clues to describe who was born on this day.
And we're going to instantly figure out who Carter's talking about.
Almost never. But it's fun. And
You
we
got
want you
2 out of
guys to
3
play
lessons.
too. Let's see your knowledge. There's hints in here. There's going to at least be 2 hints per.
So the
blurb.
first hint, this is Vin Diesel. Who was born on this day?
If this was a real morning show, we would take callers to guess these.
Our first one, actually born on this day, January 21st. This fly actress was born in 1956 and may agree that there is no crying in baseball. As she enters the end of her acting career, she may be more likely to drive off of a cliff than drive into the sunset. Who turns 63 today?
Oh my goodness.
This fly actress was born in 1956 and may agree that there is no crying in baseball. As she enters the end of her acting career, she may be more likely to drive off of a cliff than drive into the sunset.
So my first instinct was wrong. My first instinct was Meg Ryan, but that's because I went Tom Hanks because of There's No Crying in Baseball. And so it's not Meg Ryan. And I also don't think that it's Susan Sarandon. So give me a second.
Here's one out of left field, which is a baseball term.
Ooh.
Nice.
Helen Mirren. She's probably older than that, but who knows?
Super
not
not
her.
her.
What made you
Idiot.
say Susan Sarandon?
Also,
So I wonder who
redheaded.
it is.
It's Susan Sarandon.
It's not. But I'm
no,
trying to get you-
it's Susan Sarandon. I'm sticking. No.
Was there a certain clue that made you think that?
I'm seeing red hair, and yeah.
I'm gonna almost give it to you. Gina Davis.
Yeah. Okay. There.
She
it
was
is.
in
Okay.
The Fly.
The Fly.
With,
Yeah.
with Jeff Goldblum, and then A League of Their Own,
Mm-hmm.
No Crying in Baseball, and Thelma and Louise.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yep.
They
Spoiler
drive off a
alert. They
cliff.
play baseball. Wait. What?
Huh? Though it's a guarantee she loves dogs and her super son, one must question the faithfulness of this actress born in 1965, who turned 53 tomorrow. Who turns 53 tomorrow. Though it's a guarantee she loves dogs and her super son, one must question the faithfulness of this actress born in 1965.
Yeah. I know who it is. I just can't think of her name. So give me a second.
Today was tough
Mm.
because
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is
people you
hard.
know, but they're not like LL Cool J. You know?
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
Sure. Not somebody I think about every day.
Ladies,
Like LL.
ladies love
What's
cool
going to be
Gina
funny
Davis.
is we're going to stumble upon a day that like 10 superstars were born. And it's going to
We'll
be a
just
really
ram
long
jam right
show.
through it all?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the woman that I'm thinking this is. Can I, if I don't look at the
Hey,
birthday,
phone a
can I
friend.
look up the name? Okay, you go.
No, phone a friend. Ask me. What is she in?
Well, I'm thinking
Do you know?
I don't know. Yeah.
that it's Martha Kent from the current DC EU.
Correct.
Diane
Lane.
Lane.
Diane Lane, thank
yeah,
you.
that's
Good
what I was going to
grief.
guess as well.
She was in Unfaithful. She's in Must Love Dogs.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's a guarantee she loves dogs. Has a super son.
Who doesn't love dogs?
She
though?
actually does a lot of the voiceovers for even the cartoons and video games and stuff. If there's a Martha Kent,
No way.
like Diane Lane has become the go-to.
Really?
Interesting.
I actually
Isn't that
really loved
interesting?
her as Martha.
I thought
I
she
Kent.
can't
was great.
believe I forgot Diane Lane's name.
I think she's great. Everyone's
I have a tattoo
favorite
of her.
wand maker, born in 1940. This actor rather go to hell than deal with the chest pains he is accustomed to.
I mean, this is another example of I know
is
who it
it-
is. I
is
can't
the
think of his name.
Is it the guy who plays Ollivander?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
So John Hurt
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
today turns 79,
Wow.
or tomorrow turns 79 years old. The he rather go to hell than deal. He's in Hellboy.
Oh.
So he's the like professor type that worked for Hitler that found Hellboy and things like that. And the chest pains he is accustomed to is a scene actually from one of my favorite movies of all time, Alien. He's the guy
Oh no way.
Oh no
who
way!
the
Really?
alien pops out of his chest.
I don't think I ever realized that.
I
Yeah.
didn't either.
That's John Hurt.
Man,
there
I
you
love
have it.
Alien.
Alien is so
Alien's
It's crazy
awesome.
too that he was the inspiration for the Hurt Locker.
Yeah, that's just his life story.
Yeah,
It's
that's amazing.
crazy.
yeah. It's I think we'll have to unpack
There's
just
a lot
his
there.
influence to not just movie business, but
Well, and like when
our
Johnny
world.
Cash is like, I hurt myself today. He just watched
He
a bunch
John
of John
Hurt.
Hurt movies.
That's all he
yeah.
did.
This dude is just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's
So-
amazing. That was A Star Was Born. And that was a lot of fun. But right now, as I look at you guys, something that I'd love to know streaming. What's going on in your lives? What are you streaming something on Netflix right now? Did you see a movie recently? What are you
Barry.
looking into? Barry with John Black?
With what?
What?
Is that the one with Jack Black?
No,
No.
Bill Hader.
I said John Black first. Oh, Barry is the one with
Henry Winkler, Bill Hader.
Yes.
Yeah, it is very funny.
what platform is that?
HBO.
Okay.
HBA.
I'm
HBO.
also with some HBO stuff right now. I'm doing True Detective season 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, of
Yep.
course.
I think we're all three
also
doing
that.
I think
season
we're all,
3.
and I think it's got the grip of season 1,
I agree.
which is very exciting.
agree.
It is.
I may eat my words, but I'm loving it. It feels like it's on par with season 1.
It's so
Yeah.
unique in that we have 3 decades or more of the same.
Yeah.
It's so good. How do you pronounce the lead actor's name?
I heard recently that I've been mispronouncing it.
I think I have too.
I
And
believe
now I'm
it's-
afraid.
I believe it's Mahershala Ali.
Okay, Mahershala Ali, but
Yeah.
he's so good.
Yes.
Mr. Ali is absolutely crushing.
His
it.
his voice exclusively comes from the subwoofer.
Yeah.
Like there is no.
We should get
there's
him on our
nothing-
That
podcast.
is
That's
funny.
it. He's got a way better voice than any of us.
Oh,
do.
He does. I don't know. Jordan was sick recently, and he sounded pretty dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and stay sick for a while.
That's
See
what's
if
tough,
can-
though. I think if either Jordan or I are sick, it's like, wait, which one's Doge?
Yeah.
Because his voice is already a little bit of a lower register.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm basically like the Mahershala Ali of this podcast.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, and I'm
You
the
fell right
Gina
into our
Davis.
trap.
I'm the Gina Davis of this podcast.
Yeah. Yep. And Carter's become the go-to Martha Kent.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Cartha Kent.
Cartha Kent. Another thing that I streamed, it's been a really good stream week. Have you all heard of, there's 2 of these, and the other one I think comes out today through Netflix, but there's a documentary about Fire Festival.
Oh yeah.
So I watched Fire Fraud on Hulu. And so the joke is Hulu's version is the Bugs Life to Netflix's Ants. Or
Okay.
Hulu is the Prestige and Netflix is the Illusionist.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah.
these funny things that
Armageddon
Chelsea
Deep
showed me.
Impact.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. And so I saw it. It's so good. I don't know why I didn't know anything about it. I think it's because I'm not as big on social media, and that's what the platform
That's where it
was
all
for this
went.
fest.
Yeah.
But it essentially was just this guy. It felt a lot like Catch Me If You Can. Have y'all seen that?
Yes.
With Leo DiCaprio. He's just a con artist, and he's 6 years in prison right now because of all this stuff going down.
Really?
Crazy.
But it's the great thing about the Hulu series, and again, I can't compare it to Netflix because I haven't seen it, because it does, I think, come out the 18th. So it's live now if y'all want to go look at it. Again, I forget what day it is. But they actually have the guy, so they paid him
Oh, wow.
to be a part of the series or the documentary, and it's very, very interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Something that I looked up too recently. Do you know? It's kind of all these big companies are doing their year in review.
Yeah.
Statistics and things like that are coming live. Do you know who Netflix said was their number 1 competitor?
I would assume Hulu.
Doge?
No idea.
This is a trick question. Fortnite.
What?
They're finding out they're losing more screen time to these free-to-play games like Fortnite
What on
than to
earth?
other streaming services.
Dude, Netflix should have a free, like limited selection with commercials. I think that is how they get screen time back
Maybe.
if you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Or-
Or if you're not careful, we're treading back into the cable waters.
We're already heading that way with every studio launching their own streaming
that's true.
service. Like it's going to be a $120 package for me to get all the things I want to get anyway.
And I'll probably do it.
I probably will do it.
So-
because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, they
Um,
got me.
Last movie I saw, not for the podcast, was Bohemian Rhapsody. I went to see it
Oh, dude.
last Friday.
I really
That movie
liked it.
absolutely rules.
It's fun. I think you're going to enjoy it more if you don't go into it hoping for a walk the line kind of
Yeah.
story. It's just more of a
Here's
2
what
hour long
happened.
music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
just
great.
So fun. Yeah,
I mean,
and he does
it
so
has
well.
it has like a 65% on IMDb, Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes, or something like that. And I think like I don't know, I super enjoyed it because I'm already really familiar with the music of Queen, and I love like that kind of style
Oh, is
of
that
music.
who it's
So-
about?
Yeah, I know, isn't it crazy?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that makes so much more sense.
I
Yeah.
think Remy Malek has a really good chance to get the Oscar for that.
Yeah,
Because
he's incredible.
I've never not liked him before.
I've
Yeah.
noticed recently too that the Oscars is giving so many awards to playing really famous people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good.
You know,
that's
it's
a good
like
call.
last year Gary Oldman finally got one, and it was for Churchill.
Churchill.
And
Yeah.
then not too long before that, Eddie Redmayne for Stephen Hawking.
Well, then
Margot
got that nod for Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
Christian Bale will be up for Vice then.
Yeah, that's true.
So it could be him too.
I do want to say something really funny about Rami Malek really quick. Jess has this thing where she recognizes people from the least famous thing that they've been in.
Night at the Museum.
She was like, who is this guy? The whole time we were watching it, she was like, who is this guy? I've seen him before. I was like, I honestly don't know that you've seen anything he's been in. On the way home, she was like, that's where I recognize him. The Pharaoh from Night at the Museum.
What?
It's like, you are kidding me.
That is he?
Yep.
Big time.
Yep.
So it's definitely been downhill since that.
Yep. She knows
That
who
was his best work.
She
right?
recognizes
So
Michael Keaton as the dad from Jack Frost.
What?
Like, she refers to all
Not
these.
Beetlejuice
I
or
know.
Batman
Nope,
or
the dad from
Birdman?
Jack Frost. I was talking about Christopher Walken the other day, and she was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "I honestly don't know that you've seen anything he's in." And she's like, "Nope, I have. He's the dad from Hairspray."
Wow.
He's the orangutan from the newest Jungle Book.
It's the craziest. She has the craziest ability to recognize people from their least famous role.
I can be that way sometimes with actors who did like one Disney Channel original movie and then pop up like a decade later as a real actor.
Like Timothy Robinson.
That's how.
Like Taylor Lautner?
Well, wait, he wasn't in a.
Oh,
DCOM.
sorry.
Grow up.
I forget that Shark Boy and Lava Girl was not. But it doesn't.
No,
feel
come
like
on.
a
Look at
Disney-
the budget on that one.
But like Brie Larson was in a movie about two like young sisters that drove Formula One cars.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Really?
she was the younger sister, and I remember like watching her like in a movie now that she's older and being like, "What? Where? Now hold on." So yeah, it's
Wow.
I do that a lot. I watched a lot of Disney Channel growing up.
That's fun. I guess the last thing to do right now, we've talked about it before, but during Oscar season, which is basically January and February,
Yeah.
there's not massive movies as much. I think it's getting bigger now because we've mentioned some blockbusters that come out during February, but there's not much to see this coming weekend, if anything. Stan and Ollie is coming out. And
I don't know if that looks good to me.
it's 94% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Is
And
it the
so
critic or the audience though?
That's the critic. And so
Yeah.
John C. Reilly, it's going to be interesting to see him in a more dramatized role,
Yeah.
even though he's playing a comedian. But what I am actually interested in is, have y'all seen trailer for The Kid Who Would Be King?
Yes.
It looks so fun. And it almost looks like it's got the vibe of generations ago's Goonies or something.
It looks
Like,
like,
it
the
feels like-
exact kind of movie that 10-year-old me would have been psyched out of his
Yes,
mind.
exactly.
This is
Yeah.
going to be the one that generation, like 20 years from now, they're going to be like, oh, what a deep dive. Yeah, let's all watch that one.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Interesting.
Really? That's amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, really, really cool. That's all I got for the Mini Mondays. So to end this episode, what I'd like for us to do, and it's just a shameless pitch for my team for Box Office Ball. I want you to name the last thing you've watched, whether that's a show or a movie or something like that. Give me a 1 to 5 rating, but do it as Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
So for this Mini Monday, number 3, I'm Carter. True Detective, Season 3. 4.
I'm Doge. Bohemian Rhapsody. 3.7.
I'm Jordan, and I've been excommunicated. Barry. For
For 4.
I'm Buffalo Bill Keanu. It puts the lotion on its episode.
Buffalo Bianu.